annual Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, Day 1 from Fenway Park. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome to Red Sox Baseball. Well, the Red Sox have a chance tonight to go 10-0 against the Angels in the season series. They're already 9-0, and there have been some very impressive individual numbers along the way for some of the Red Sox hitters. We take a look at some of the incredible numbers. Marco Scudero had a grand slam versus the Angels in the series finale in Anaheim. David Ortiz, along with 3 home runs, has also scored 7 times. Victor Martinez, 1 hit in 8 of 9 games, and Beltre's got 11 RBIs, second most against the Angels of any team in the American League. Welcome in Jerry Remy. Jerry, a big win last night for the Red Sox, and another newcomer of sorts stepping up in Daniel Nava.
Well, it seems like, Don, we're talking about a new hero every day, with guys that we were not thinking about at the beginning of the season. And, of course, last night it was Daniel Nava coming in late in the ball game to pinch hit. He ends up getting hit by a pitch, which gives the Red Sox the go-ahead run. There's Nava getting hit by the pitch very late in the ball game. And then later on makes a tremendous defensive play in the outfield against his tourists. He stepped back first, and he had to really charge hard to make that catch coming off the ground. So, it goes on and on and on. Guys that have come up big all season long for the Red Sox. You've got McDonald, you've got Kalish coming up, you've had Nava do this. It's just an incredible story what these guys have been able to accomplish and help the Red Sox win baseball games.
Well, tonight it is Irvin Santana going for the Angels. Of course, Josh Beckett for the Red Sox. And we're back with more from Fenway Park right after this. Welcome back to Fenway Park on an important night, the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, night number 1, game number 3 between the Angels and the Boston Red Sox. Hi again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, and welcome back inside the broadcast booth. We've spent so much time this year talking about injuries for the Red Sox. At one time, the Red Sox had 14 players on the DL. Starting to get some guys back, but today we find out another member of the Red Sox is headed to the disabled list. With more, here's Heidi Watney.
Well, that's right, Don. By now, we know the drill. Another Sox player is headed to the disabled list. Jared Salsalamakia is the latest casualty. The newest Sox player has a lower leg infection. Terry Francona talked about it today.
He's got an infection in his lower right leg. I believe, it's my understanding, they've eliminated the MRSA. They're waiting on some of the blood tests to come back on the staff. So, so he's in the hospital now. He actually came back and made himself available last night, which we appreciate because I don't think he felt too good. He's in the hospital. He'll receive IV antibiotics for the next 48 to 72 hours. Then hopefully that'll kind of knock it out. He can get out of the hospital, take a couple days, feel better. But again, we need another catcher.
Now, Francona said Salsalamakia has no idea how the infection started. In the meantime, they've recalled Dusty Brown to take his place. As for Jason Varitek, the CT scans that he had on Monday were sent out to a specialist in Carolina. The team is going to have a conference call tomorrow to determine how much healing there is and the next steps for him. Don?
Thanks, Heidi. Josh Beckett looking to bounce back after a tough outing in Texas. We're back with the first pitch for Fenway after this. The year at Fenway as members of the Red Sox Nation are here in Boston and across the world joined together to bring in the fight against cancer to the forefront. The Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon is 13 hours old, and a few moments ago the Red Sox recognized a few people with close ties to the Jimmy Fund. Sherry Redstone, the president of the National Amusements, who is continuing her family's generous spirit, was awarded the highest honor given to any Jimmy Fund supporter, the Boston Red Sox Jimmy Fund Award. Boston College student athlete Mark Herzlich was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, a rare form of bone cancer, in the spring of 2009. Tonight, he threw out the ceremonial first pitch here at Fenway, cancer-free. And two very special guests. Emily Taylor, who was diagnosed with leukemia in 2008 and has been offered treatment for 3 weeks. And Dan Party, a pediatric cancer survivor, gave us the two words we've been waiting for. And a look at the tote board as we speak. The Arbella Insurance tote board, $765,979, and a long way to go. Our goal is $5 million. Tonight is night number 1, and we hope you will give us your thoughts and, of course, your donations tonight. And a gift, as always, as it is so important this 2 days, and it all begins tonight. As we'll hear many stories and hear from many people throughout the next 2 nights as the Red Sox and Angels get ready to wrap up their series here tonight. It is another beautiful night from Fenway Park. Blue skies above. The lights are on. And Josh Beckett getting ready to deal with the top of the Angels order, Bobby Abreu. As Abreu stands in on the left side to get it started. An amazing 9-0 run for the Red Sox against the Angels this season so far. Beckett ready to go, and the first pitch of this one is in there for strike 1 over the outside corner at 95. It is the 14th start of the year for Beckett. Comes in at 3-2, the 6.51 earned run average, a 294 opponent batting average. Saw an 8-2 lead go by the boards in his last outing. As he was matched up against Texas, he ended up with a no decision in that outing, but 5 innings, 10 hits, 6 runs. Walked a batter and struck out 4. Abreu down on the count, 0-2.
Second time he has faced the Angels this season. He's 1-0 against LA, 3-3 in his career.
Well, 2 pitches, swing and a miss. Abreu strikes out, start the game. The breaking ball gets him. 1 down here in the first inning.
Back-to-back curveballs for Josh Beckett to pick up his first strikeout. That curveball down below the knees, and Abreu strikes out. Here to start off the first inning.
1 out for Meiser Turris, the second baseman, who hits at .245. 3 home runs and 25 runs batted in. Tonight the Angels have his Turris in the lineup, Ibar and Kendrick. Generally it is 2 of the 3, but tonight all 3, with Howie Kendrick playing at first base, Ibar at short, and Meiser Turris at second base.
All 3 have pretty good numbers against Josh Beckett. Maybe that's one of the reasons Mike Scioscia has all 3 in the lineup tonight.
And out of the lineup for Mike Scioscia is Mike Napoli, the first baseman. And the team having a meeting today. It kind of has come to that point for the Angels. There's a drive out towards deep right center field. Kalish moves over back towards the track to make the catch for the second out here in the first inning. Let's check out the Angels starting 9. Bobby Abreu in left field, leading it off with Meiser Turris at second base. Alberto Callaspo had a very nice game last night. Is at third base. Torrey Hunter in right field in the cleanup spot with Hideki Matsui, the DH. Howie Kendrick at first base with Eric Ibar, the shortstop, batting 7th. Jeff Mathis does the catching, batting 8th. And Peter Borges is in center field, batting 9th. Terry Crawford, the crew chief, has the play calling the balls and strikes. Phil Cuzzy at first, Brian O'Nora at second. And Chris Guccione is the umpire at third. 2 down here in the top of the first inning, Alberto Callaspo. And a couple of very good defensive plays last night in the game. He connected for his first home run also as an Angel. And at the time gave the Angels a 5-2 lead, a 3-run shot he hit in the 5th inning. Swing, and it is 1-2. Time out for a look at the game notes brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Red Sox are 9-0 against the Angels this season. They won 7 in a row against the Angels in both 94 and 95. Angels are just 27-34 in the road this season. They were tied for the best mark in the majors last year and the best record overall on the road in 08. Bobby Abreu has faced Josh Beckett 73 times. There's 25 Ks, including 1 in the first year. And 73 at-bats. He struck out over a third of the time against Beckett. Did it again tonight.
Well, Don, you mentioned Callaspo. His outstanding effort last night was overshadowed, obviously, by the Red Sox win here at Fenway Park. He had a great night. Breaking ball outside, full count.
Fastball hit safely in 18 of 22 games with the Angels since joining them. Coming over from the Kansas City Royals. He was acquired prior to the trade deadline, July 22nd, from Kansas City. Just low, apparently. And down to first base goes Callaspo with a 2-out walk.
Beckett trying that two-seam fastball and apparently just missing just low and out of the strike zone.
So a 2-out walk for Callaspo and Torrey Hunter coming up. Hunter hitting at .292, 18 homers, 70 runs batted in. For strike one to Hunter. Hunter, a career .310 hitter against the Red Sox, including hitting here at .314 at Fenway Park. A lot of that, of course, coming when he was a member of the Minnesota Twins. Now in his second season in L.A. Tried to hold up. And as they check it first, he did not. So as Phil Cuzzy said, he went around.
That's the cut fastball from Beckett. Let's see if he does go around. Very close call, but it did look like he broke his wrist.
Well, Dustin Pedroia was in the original lineup tonight, but Jed Lowry is in there. The foot is a little sore tonight for Dustin Pedroia. So he comes out at the last moment, and in there is Jed Lowry. And you had to figure, Jerry, that that may happen when the guy comes back, that perhaps there could be some soreness. We'll talk more about it and how it may happen. As Hunter strikes out, Red Sox are coming up. Baseball on Nesson is brought to you by Southwest Airlines, your New England Subaru dealers, Dunkin' Donuts, your New England Ford dealers, KM Natural Casing Franks, and by Nissan. Last half of the first inning back at Fenway Park, no scores. The Angels don't score in the top of the first inning. Evan Santan on the mound tonight for the Angels. His 25th appearance of the year. He's 12-8. ERA just under 4, 3.99. 130 strikeouts on the year. His last time out against the Blue Jays, he was victorious. A 7-inning effort. We have 1 run, 4 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Marco Scutaro leads it off for the Red Sox and takes ball one. Scutaro, who's hitting at .333 against the Angels this year, hits at .269 overall. 7 home runs and 40 runs batted in. A home run, 4 runs batted in against the Angels. And we mentioned the grand slam that he hit at Angel Stadium in the final game of that series out there in L.A. There's a strike to Scutaro, and it's 2-1.
Santana faced the Red Sox one time this season, went 7 innings in that game, was not involved in a decision, and only gave up 1 earned run. He's 1-2 in his career against Boston.
Battles back, it's the corner, and it's 2-2 to Scutaro. So 2 straight decisions, Kansas City and Toronto the last 2 times out, as Scutaro grounds this one just foul outside the bag at third. Let's check out the Red Sox starting lineup, brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers. Marco Scutaro leading it off here. He's the shortstop with Jed Lowry. A late addition to the Red Sox lineup at second base. David Ortiz at DH. Victor Martinez catching. Adrian Beltre at third base with J.D. Drew in right. Mike Cole at first base. Ryan Kalish in center bats 8th. And Daniel Nava in left field bats 9th. Marco Scutaro with a 2-2 pitch. Lined into center field, a base hit. 96 on the fastball and back into center field just as quickly.
All fastballs in that at bat to Marco Scutaro, and he takes the last one that's right out over the plate and shoots it up the middle for the base hit. Scutaro now with a 6-game hitting streak.
Look at the 6-gamer, 7 for 21 during that time. 3 doubles, 3 RBIs, and 3 runs. That's the first inning. Started off well. And here's Jed Lowry. And Francona was asked about Jed Lowry before the game. And this is popped up down the third base line and into short left over. And to make the catch is Abreu towards the line for the first out. But they had asked if Jed Lowry's ready to play yet, and Terry Francona said no, we're trying to stay away from Jed. He's still a little bit tired out from the Texas heat situation. Really took a lot out of him. Of course, he battled mononucleosis for a long time, but he was kind of pressed into service tonight with the injury to Dustin Pedroia in there tonight for Boston. And we mentioned that perhaps Pedroia may have re-injured that foot a little bit on a play last night when he stole second base. And then on a throwing error, took third. And apparently came up a little bit lame then and was sore tonight. As David Ortiz stands in here with 1 out.
Yeah, he was in the original starting lineup today, but must have been scratched during batting practice. This is the play we were talking about last night. Stealing second base was Dustin Pedroia, running good there, but when he hits the bag and pops up to go to third, you'll notice he's limping a little bit as he heads to third base, and we think that's probably where the injury occurred to Pedroia last night, or the aggravation of the injury.
Snap throw to first, and back to the bag is Scutaro. Mathis gives it a try as Kendrick applies the tag, but it's late.
A lot of catchers like to do that. Throw behind left-handed hitters on pickoff attempts at first base. But Scutaro very quick back to the bag out of his secondary lead.
Ortiz waves at that, fooled in the pitch, and it's 1-2.
That's a very good slider from Santana. He's got a good one. Fastball, slider, changeup. That changeup, that breaking ball out of the strike zone. David Ortiz cannot hold up.
Game hitting streak for David Ortiz at .333. As the pitch missing, and it's now 2-2. We talked about the slider, certainly the outpitch for Irvin Santana, also a fastball and a changeup. In Major League Baseball, the only pitcher with more strikeouts with his slider is Francisco Liriano of the Minnesota Twins with 124. The 2-2 pitch to David Ortiz. Runner goes, and it is a ball throw from Mathis. It's going to be close, and in time. Scudero is out, trying to steal second base. I think the throw may have been there. I'm not sure the tag was. We'll have to wait and see.
I looked like from up here that Scudero had that one beat. Very good throw here by Mathis. Scudero had a great jump at first base. Does the foot get to the bag before the tag is the question here. And from that angle, it looked like it did.
I think it did. So 2 down, bases empty at 3-2. And it's down low, ball 4. David Ortiz with a 2-out walk. So base runner with 2 away, and Victor Martinez coming up. Victor, part of our key matchup. It's brought to you by New England Honda dealers. It's Irvin Santana, 6 for 13 at 462, including a home run. And the Angels, 60 and 61, have their second worst record on this date in the Mike Scioscia era. Back in 2003, under Mike Scioscia, they were 60 and 65. Ended up that year at 77 and 85. Since Scioscia took the reins in 2000, the Angels have had the 5th best record in the majors. And the Yankees, Red Sox, Cardinals, and Braves. Of course, last year getting to the American League Championship Series. This year has been a disappointment for the Angels. They start the night 8 games back. The Texas Rangers in the American League West. That's with Texas losing 3 straight. Angels haven't been able to gain any ground at all. And the Rangers were not winning against Tampa Bay. Texas tonight is in Baltimore to begin a series against the Orioles. This pitcher takes strike 1, 1-1.
And same thing with the Red Sox. They've been able to win a couple of games here at home and have not picked up any ground because the Yankees in Tampa Bay keep winning.
Yankees winners today as they beat Detroit 11-5. Red Sox started the day 6 games back of New York. And it's back and forth for the Yankees and Rays, the top spot of the division. Martinez skies one out to center field, sending Borges back onto the warning track to make the catch that ends the inning. Red Sox leave a base runner done with 1. No score from Fenway. Fenway Park on this important night, really important 2 nights, the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon here from Fenway Park. And joining us is Suzanne Fowler, the director of the Jimmy Fund. Great to see you, Suzanne. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
It has been a good day here so far, but a lot of work to be done, and hoping the Red Sox Nation can step up in a big way tonight again.
Absolutely, and they already have all day long, so it's been a fabulous start for the Radio Telethon for us.
It's a pretty busy couple of days for you, isn't it?
It's 36 hours of everyone calling in, making wonderful gifts to support Dana-Farber and the Jimmy Fund.
Well, for the fans out there, and I know that we hear from so many of the patients during the course of the day, and they're kind of on the fence as to whether or not they should do this as a director. Tell us a little bit about what happens there on a daily basis for fans who may not know.
It's an amazing place, and it's, we have it right here in Boston, and to come to the Jimmy Fund Clinic is fabulous. The money that we raise here today and tomorrow supports patient care and research at Dana-Farber, and we do a really nice balance of 50-50 patient care and research at Dana-Farber. And you see adults, you see kids, people that come in for the Radio Telethon and, plan their treatment actually around it so they're healthy enough to come and be on the Radio Telethon, it means a lot to them.
There have been so many great stories over the years of the kids that have come back here, and it seems like it is working. Every year that this money does go, that it is getting better and better, and the treatments are getting better and better, and the success rates are better and better.
It's fabulous. You're going to see Ben Feiner tomorrow. He was the one that was on and said, I don't worry about my dying, it's my family. Went in and had a bone marrow transplant on Thanksgiving, and he's going to be on the air tomorrow. So lots of great success stories.
This is out to left field, and Nava's out there to make the catch on Matsui for the first out of the inning.
And this is your first year replacing Mike Andrews, and this is quite a challenge, isn't it?
I've worked with Mike for 20 years, so I miss him. It's not the same without him here.
Are you going to do as much golfing as Mike did?
No, I'm not quite the golfer or the baseball player, but
he was a terrific spokesman for so many years and did such great work, and we look forward to working with you over the next 2 nights here. And again, we hope that all of Red Sox Nation step up as they have in so many ways. And all the volunteers here, they've been here a long time, but it'll be a long time tonight as well.
Some of them were here at 4 in the morning, and they'll be here after the game. So, and same thing tomorrow morning. They'll be here bright and early.
And this is to shallow center. Kalish is not going to get there. It drops in front of him for a base hit, a 1-out single for Howie Kendrick. We hear so many different stories, but can you tell us some of the compelling stories of some of the kids recently that have come from the Jimmy Fund?
I don't even know where to start. There are so many wonderful stories. As I said, Ben Feiner, we saw the little girl that just did the play ball. She's out of treatment 3 weeks in here. You've got, we had so many patients that were on. I have a friend that's going to be on tomorrow that's dealing with brain tumor, and, again, coming in, being on air, and then going to have her treatment right afterwards. So.
Lisa Scherber is someone that we've gotten to know over the years. Certainly is kind of the fund director over the Jimmy Fund, and we always see the kids in spring training. And that's kind of a very special thing where they have a chance to actually leave the Jimmy Fund and go out on a trip. Oh,
they have an amazing time. And it's Lisa said they're just, they're just with themselves, and there's no cancer there for the 3 days that they're there, and they just have a ball. And you saw the pictures, I think, today of people were watching of the photographer, the father whose son is being treated, and took these amazing pictures of our teenage girls. And they're beautiful. They're gorgeous. And it's really nice to see.
Plus, this is not only just the patients. I mean, a lot of this money also goes to the families who have to go through this with the patients. Many from out of state that have to come in. Spend nights and nights and nights in the city. Financially very tough on a lot of families.
We do, I think, a really nice job of treating the whole family, especially if a mom's being diagnosed. You don't know as a child what's going to happen to them. As a child, you don't know if your siblings, if it's catchy. So I think we do an excellent job of treating the whole family.
It seems like it is growing, too, as a facility, which is part of this also, right? I mean, the future of where the Jimmy Fund is headed.
We're opening in January our new Yawkey Center for Cancer Care, so we'll be able to do a lot more clinical trials, and through clinical trials we find a lot of answers to cancer, and literally exported throughout the country. So we may make a gang or find something in a clinical trial, but then it can be exported and used throughout the country, which is fabulous.
And tonight is night 1 of the WEI Nesson Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, and again the number is 877-738-1234. And we very much thank Suzanne Fountain for joining us, the director of the Jimmy Fund. I'm sure we'll have you back on.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
It is a scoreless game here at Fenway Park with 1 out, and Howie Kendrick at first base. Guy Barr with a count of 1-2. This is lined down the right field line and will find its way foul to the right of the pole. Back into the seats. 2 strikes to Ibar. Starts at shortstop tonight.
I know one thing, there's going to be a lot of tired people in the next couple of days, but in a good way.
And this is one of those where it takes a really long time to get ready for this thing, and then it is 2 very long days and 2 very good days. And special days here from Fenway Park. Those of you who have heard the stories today, either right here on Nesson or on WEEI, driving around today or wherever you were at, well, if you can't get feelings out of that, it is very difficult to imagine you have a pulse, because the stories have been amazing. They've been amazing every year. And we'll hear from some in this game tonight as well. And we hope that you will come up with a gift for the Jimmy Fund. One ball, 2 strikes with 1 out in the inning. Kendrick at first. It's up and away, and it's 2-2. The 14th start of the year for Josh Beckett. And last time out, struggle for him against the Texas Rangers in his home state of Texas. 5-inning effort, giving up 6 runs. The Red Sox ended up losing that game in 11 innings. Despite having an 8-2 lead in the 4th inning, Beckett could not keep the lead. The bullpen did not help out either. 2-2 is in the air down the left field line. Over is Nava. Onto the track to make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning as we check in with Heidi.
The disabled list, it appeared that he had regained his old form, but he has struggled in his last 2 outings, leading people to question whether he is healthy or not. Well, manager Terry Francona addressed that today, said it's not health related. He just needs to get back to the basics.
You see a lot with pitchers, when they throw a good cutter, they really fall in love with it. And he's thrown some good cutters, but some not so good. And I think that's when I've said the other day, get back to the basics. You know, getting back to what Beckett does good, not what the rest of our staff does good. And that'll be important. You know, using that 2-seamer to the lefties, it opens up the plate, using his breakable and change up. I think, you know, when he does that, he'll be okay.
Well, as Jerry mentioned, Beckett got the start against the Angels just 3 weeks ago. He gave up 3 runs in 7 innings of work at Angel Stadium. Don?
All right, Heidi, thank you very much. A win in Los Angeles, win in Cleveland, or at home against Cleveland. And then the loss against the Yankees at New York. And then last time out, the no decision against Texas. Out of the inning, Kendrick at first base. Beckett out of the stretch here with the runner at first. And a fly ball out towards left field. Nava has it sized up, and he puts it away. Gone are the Angels in the 2nd inning and a half done. We're scoreless from Fenway. chance to take your cuts from home plate at Fenway Park against live pitching. Reserve your spot. Call 877-SOX-STEINER. All the way from Florida. Come here to see the Red Sox. As the Red Sox continue their homestand here at Fenway Park tonight against the Angels in Game 3 of the series. Couldn't help but notice, Jerry, there were some signs out there tonight asking about the whereabouts of Wally. And fabulous news tonight as I look to my right that our nice green friend is back, looks healthy, and is back with us. I'm so glad.
Well, I think, Don, it wasn't necessarily the apology that you gave last night, the fact that Wally is back. He wouldn't miss the Jimmy Fun night, obviously, for anything. But I do think, and also your daughters.
Yes.
Your daughters wanted him back very badly.
Both love Walter.
So regardless of what you think, my friend's back.
I think we've taken care of things.
I have no idea, and I still have no idea.
No hard feelings, my little green friend.
But he wouldn't miss the Jimmy Fun night.
No.
Even,
it's great to see him back.
Even after what you said.
1-2 is outside and low, and it's 2-2.
You saw the signs, little kids out there.
I saw that. Very sad. .228, 23 homers, and 83 runs batted in for Adrian Beltre. Takes that pitch outside and low, full count. Beltre starting the night, fourth in the American League in batting average at .328. 5-game hitting streak. And Beltre takes ball 4. Santana wanted that, and it's a second walk allowed by Irvin Santana.
There's been a couple of breaking balls. Beckett had one last inning that looked to be a strike, was not called so. And this particular pitch here to Adrian Beltre looked to be a pretty good pitch. I think it might have picked up the inside corner, but not called a strike. And Beltre will take that.
So lead runner on here for the Red Sox for the second straight inning. That lead runner in the first inning was caught stealing in Marco Scutaro. As J.D. Drew, it's a ground ball to second base, to second for one, on to first for a double play. The lead runner is taken care of again. 2 straight innings. This time a double play turned by the Angels infield.
Kind of a very routine double play, too, as he's got the second baseman very close to the bag. That sidearm flip, nice and high. And it gives Ibar a chance to release the ball and get out of the way of the runner. As Beltre coming in trying to break up the double play.
Two down here in the second inning. Mike Lowell standing in. Getting his first look tonight at Irvin Santana. Strike one. 236, 4 home runs, 19 runs batted in. Sits safely in 10 of the 13 games since he has returned. 2 homers and 7 RBIs. Pops it up foul. That'll get back into the seats. In the series, he is 1 for 6. 1 for 4 last night was Mike Lowell. As Ryan Kalish waits on deck. Off the end of the bat, a lot of English on it. It's picked up by Santana. Flipped to first for the out that ends the inning. 10-pitch second inning for Santana, scoreless at the end of 2. by Ted Williams. On this date in 1939, the Red Sox rookie hit his first grand slam. It was in dramatic fashion, with the Sox trailing 5-3 in the top of the ninth against the Senators. Williams gave the Sox a lead for good with a grand slam, his 18th of 31 home runs that year. 3 days later, the 20-year-old rookie hit a career grand slam number 2. And number 9 is certainly very significant tonight, the 9th annual Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon here from Fenway Park. And Ted Williams such a big part in getting all that started with the Jimmy Fund and the relationship with the Red Sox. That is the 3rd inning in the scoreless game from Fenway Park through the first 2. Borges, the center fielder, takes a strike and he's down quickly 0-2. Beckett has been ahead of most so far here. Sharp through the first 2 innings. He had 2 strikeouts in the first, a walk, and a single, 3 flyouts in the second inning. Borges on the ground down the first baseline to Lowell, who will tag the bag for the first out of the inning.
You mentioned Ted Williams hitting that first grand slam against Washington. He eventually managed the Washington Senators. And they moved down to Texas. Number 9 was the manager.
You had him in spring training, did you not? On occasion as a hitting instructor, he'd show up as...
Yeah, he would come down in spring training, yeah. And actually, I was scared to death of him,
really?
To be honest with you, yeah. Because I wasn't quite his style of a hitter, you know. So I tried to avoid him as much as possible.
He didn't help you with bunting at all or anything like that?
I don't think he particularly cared much for bunting, no.
1 out for Bobby Abreu, who struck out in the first inning. Beckett trying to bounce back. He allowed 6 runs in his last start, 7 runs in the previous start. This year he's had trouble against lefties. A .592 slugging percentage against Beckett this year, second highest in the majors. It's left-handed hitters, as that was fouled off Victor Martinez.
Change up this time from Beckett. The foul tip from Abreu, and right off the foot, it looks like, of Victor Martinez, being helped up by Jerry Crawford, the home plate umpire.
Ball, 2 strikes to Bobby Abreu. We told you his problems against Beckett. A .194 career batting average against Beckett. His lowest average against any pitcher he's had at least 50 at-bats against. And that's been his biggest problem. Josh Beckett from Bobby Abreu. Struck out against him in the first. And has 2 strikes on him now.
Got him on a curveball back in the first inning.
Stays away on the fastball. Full count, 3-2. Messer is Turris waiting on deck. 1 out in the 3rd inning. Single for Howie Kendrick. The only hit so far for Los Angeles. Abreu diving at first is Lowell. He'll need Beckett, who covers the bag. Nice diving stab by Mike Lowell at first base to cover his Beckett. And there's 2 down in the 3rd inning.
Outstanding defense by Mike Lowell at first base. This is a rocket off the bat of Bobby Abreu, the 1 hop and the dive. And then from the ground gives that feed to Beckett, who's covering first base. Beckett has a chance to catch the ball, then pick up the bag.
So 2 down here in the 3rd inning. Frustrating for Abreu. He's had all those problems against Beckett. He hits one hard and he's got nothing to show for it.
That's what happens. I mean, that happens all the time. Guys you struggle with, you know, maybe every once in a while you'll hit ball hard, but it's going to end up in somebody's glove.
15th start at first base for Mike Lowell. 2 down in the inning as Meiser's tourist bats flied out to the center fielder Ryan Kalish in the first inning, 0 for 1. Who are generally very good on the road have had a very tough season on the road away from Angel Stadium this year. Angels one losing season on the road in the past 6 seasons. In 2008 they had their best road record in the majors. Last season they tied the Phillies for the best road record. And right now in a very tough stretch, and they are 27-34 away from Angel Stadium. No doubt this is a much different edition of the Angels for Socha. He's down the line and just foul outside the bag. Red Sox baseball in NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. A big difference in pitching, too, for the Angels on the road. Team ERA 4.96 on the road, over a full run higher. And they are at home. This is hooked to right field. Drew on the run. Will dive and make the catch in right. J.D. Drew sprawls out to make the grab. A 1-2-3 scoreless from Fenway. How about throwing out a ceremonial first pitch? Pick up the Boston Sunday Globe this Sunday, August 22nd, to find out how you could win one of these 2 great prizes. A nice night to sit out on the monster seats tonight. Very comfortable conditions from Fenway Park. All the way from London to support the Jimmy Fund here tonight. We're trying to get all the states represented in the telethon. I know there were a few states short, but now we're starting to branch out a little bit. It's starting to get all those countries involved too.
I think last time I checked, there were about only 5 or 6 states that hadn't called in yet.
And some of those are West Coast times, right?
Yes. Yes.
Ryan Kalish leading it off here in the 3rd inning. 278, 2 homers, 8 runs batted in. Starting in center field. It has been ever since the series in Texas. One pitch is ball 2, 2-1. Evan Santana has walked 2, does not have a strikeout in the game tonight. He's given up 1 hit for the first 2 innings. This is chopped to first and on a half hop picked by Kendrick, who takes it to the bag for the first out of the inning.
That's some great defense by the Red Sox in the 3rd inning. Mike Lowell diving to make a play to Josh Beckett at first base to get Bobby Abreu, and then J.D. Drew, what a jump he got in the outfield to take extra bases away from Mysuris Torres. Great play by Drew in right field. It's amazing when you watch J.D. from up here, because as soon as contact's made, he's off.
He's on the move.
Yeah, he's on the move.
And you don't often see him dive like that because generally he doesn't need to. But that time he needed to. And came up with a great catch.
One more look at that play by J.D. Drew. Now watch contact. He's off right away. Reads the ball very, very well off the bat.
Daniel Nava, the batter. 290 hitter in the majors for the home run. 17 runs batted in. Highlighted him in the open tonight, Jerry, and he's taking somebody different every night for the Red Sox, and last night was Daniel Nava's night.
Yeah, Nava sat around most of the night, come in, got hit by a pitch, which led to the go-ahead run for the Red Sox, and made a great play defensively in the outfield.
Came in to pinch in the 7th inning to get that go-ahead run when he was hit by the pitch with the bases loaded. Now his 3rd stint with the Red Sox this season, recalled on Tuesday. His first stint was June 12th through July 21st, which was his longest. Obviously, he was up for 2 days to begin August, then 2nd and 3rd, and back here again for his 3rd stint in the big leagues. On the ground, right side, Kendrick has been busy. Santana will cover for the out, and there's 2 down. Overstock.com presents the ultimate Red Sox experience. It includes turning the scoreboard during the Red Sox-Yankees game on October the 2nd. Go to Overstock.com for details. You know, Jerry, I have never been behind the wall.
Is that right?
Yep.
You should take a walk out there.
I've been here 10 seasons, and I have never gone behind the wall.
You should take a walk out there.
I should.
Get here early tomorrow, and drop your stuff off here in the booth.
And head right down and behind the wall.
Take a walk out there. You'll enjoy it.
It occurred to me last night when we were talking about the scoreboard, which was in there for a strike.
You got to see a lot of signatures out there.
Yeah. Well, I've seen a lot of players go back there to sign it. I've seen pictures of guys signing it. What else is back there? Numbers all over the place.
There's a lot of numbers. A lot of numbers. It's not as much room as you think out there.
Really tight.
It's not a real thick wall, between there and the street, so it's kind of limited space.
Well, I understand there must be a really nice bathroom out there because we'd see Manny go in there from time to time.
Well, that doesn't mean there's a bathroom out there. He may have made his own.
Too. Why do they still have the ladder? Since you don't have to get the balls out of the screen anymore.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's a swing and a miss from Marco Scudero, who strikes out. It's a 1-2-3 third. We played 3. There's no score from Fenway. iPhone pedometer app from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts at bluecrossma.com/goalgetter. It is the fourth inning from Fenway Park. Scoreless, both teams with one hit. Angels hit belonging to their first baseman, Howie Kendrick. Here's Alberto Callaspo. Walked in the first inning. Only free pass served up by Josh Beckett in his outing as Callaspo leads it off here in the fourth inning. Beckett has retired 5 Angels in a row. And he's had some very good defense behind him. Lowe with a nice play. Drew with a nice catch and right. Sliced foul, and it's 0-2 to Callaspo. Red Sox baseball on NESN is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. Beckett's ahead here 0-2 as Callaspo has fouled off a couple. Will be followed by Torrey Hunter and Hideki Matsui here in the fourth inning. Breaking ball missing low, and it's 1-2. Beckett has lost only 2 times in his last 21 starts at home since the beginning of the 2009 season. This is a ground ball right side to Lowry at second base. And the first out of the inning as we check in with Heidi.
Well, Don, I'm joined by Palmer Osias. He's an 18-year-old patient at the Jimmy Fund, diagnosed with a very rare form of cancer, blue cell sarcoma. Tell us about your story, Palmer.
Well, I was 16 and a half when I got diagnosed, and the people at Dana-Farber really took care of me. You know, they explained to me what was going on. They went step by step to help me recover, and you know, for that I'm very grateful.
At 16 and a half, you're a high school student. You hear this news. What was it like going through chemotherapy for you?
I was scared at the time when I heard it, and I didn't know what to expect, but I had a great support team, my family and friends, and of course the people at Dana-Farber. They're always there 100%.
Of course, Palmer, we've got the Jimmy Fund Telethon going on today and tomorrow. You can make a gift, 877-738-1234. Why is it important for people to donate to the Jimmy Fund and the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute?
You know, it's just giving that money. It helps get the research that's needed to, you know, increase the chances for a kid to get cured, or even just get that little break, that relief, you know, that they don't have to live with what they have for so long. It just really helps.
You know, they say that people at the Jimmy Fund and the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute, they treat families. They don't just heal bodies. How did you experience that?
Annette Werger, she's my nurse practitioner, and her whole staff is just, they really bonded with my family. You know, they helped us a lot. It's not only at the Cancer Institute where I saw them, but they also checked up on me. They sent me cards. They really got to know me as a person, you know. And I can't say enough about them. They really help.
All right, make a gift. Help folks out like Palmer. 877-738-1234. So important these next 2 days with this telethon going on. Thank you, Palmer, so much for joining us, and good luck. Don, Jerry.
All right, Heidi, thank you. Thank Palmer. And Jerry, it is true. It's amazing how the family is affected by it all as well. I mean, you think about it, when someone in your family has it, everybody is involved.
Everybody's affected by it in one way or another. And, you know, he talked about the great support system they have there. And we've seen that, Don, firsthand many times on our visits. And you feel like a part of a family when you're in there. And, you know, they treat every patient that way. And it's a remarkable experience to go over there. You know, it's just one, it's tough to do, but when you leave, you have a better feeling than when you went in. You know, it's very strange.
I'm always amazed by all the parents of the kids who say how wonderful the place is. There's not one person that has ever had a complaint about anything.
Yeah.
And it's not like you ask them. I mean, they just offer it.
Yeah.
And it's because of Red Sox Nation and the donations that so many have made over the years, and we ask you again to do so tonight. 877-738-1234. Beckett's 0-2 is grounded foul almost into the Red Sox dugout, but instead off Dave Magadan.
Look out, Dave.
He leaned right into it.
He tried to make a play, a backhanded play on it, as he rolled over on his right side. Got his uniform dirty.
I know this is second guessing, but had he gone the other way, he could have avoided it entirely.
Well, there you are, second guessing again, Doug. Unbelievable.
Throw to first and back in time is Torrey Hunter. Hideki Matsui flied out to left field in the second inning. Wanting a new baseball is Beckett. He gets one. Swing and a miss by him in 94. Third strikeout for Beckett, 2 down.
A great location by Josh Beckett. Keeps the fastball away from Hideki Matsui in the outside corner, and the swing and miss. So Beckett with a couple of strikeouts on his fastball, one on his curveball so far in this game tonight. Geez, I feel good tonight. I don't know what it is.
Well, you look fantastic. I noticed that you did a little touch-up today, perhaps.
Yeah, I feel younger.
It's like you're 10 years younger today just from yesterday.
It's unbelievable. It's one of those days, you get up and you feel good about everything that's going on. And, we went out this afternoon. You did part of the show this afternoon. I did part of the show. Catherine Tappan was out there. Everybody was out there from Nesson.
Kendrick chops it foul outside of third. It's 1-1. Kendrick getting the start at first base, only playing second base and coming off the bench last night. The start at first base tonight. Mike Napoli with the night off, at least to begin the game. Holds up and takes ball 2, 2-1. Kendrick has been a .409 hitter in his career with a home run against Beckett coming into this game. Good opposite field power. 7 of his 9 home runs have into the opposite field. As he swings and misses, 2-2.
Well, we talked a little bit about the cut fastball from Josh Beckett, and hits the cutter right there. And Terry Francona was saying that at times it's been a good pitch for him. At times he's thrown it too much. We've seen a couple in this game so far tonight. It's not a pitch he's going to abandon by any means.
2-2 pitch. The runner goes, and it is grounded towards shortstop Marco Scudero. Fires to first for the out. Roll digs it out. 3.5 done from Fenway, no score.
favorite Sundays at the pool at the MGM Grand at Foxwoods, presented by Mood Swing 360. The hottest DJs spin tunes from noon to sundown every Sunday.
Scoreless as we head to the home half of the fourth inning. Jed Lowry, David Ortiz, Victor Martinez to bat here in the inning. And Santana has retired 5 batters in a row as Lowry takes strike 1. Jed fly to left in the first inning. Santana, 27 years old, from the Dominican Republic. This is down and in, and it's 2-1 now to Jed Lowry. Last year was 8-8. The season before won 16 games, which tied a career high. Was a 16-game winner in 06 also. He's had injury problems last year. Started the year in the DL last year, the sprained right elbow. It was 8-8 after rehabbing and coming back and finishing the season with the Angels. The fly ball to short left again as Ibar heads out. Abreu comes in and makes the basket catch. He had Ibar running in front of him and made the grab.
Well, the shortstop Ibar running as hard as he can just in case, but it's Bobby Abreu who ends up making the basket catch. Calling Ibar off right at the last minute.
He was looking at Ibar as he made the catch.
Yeah, like, what are you doing it? It's my ball.
He didn't look particularly pleased that he was there.
Probably thought he was going to crash into him. It's my baseball. Get out of the way.
Made the catch. And there's one out here in the fourth inning. It's the second time that Lowry has flied out to Abreu and left. And there's David Ortiz, who walked in the first inning. David has 1 of 2 walks given up by Santana. As it misses in tight, 2-0. Victor Martinez waiting on deck. Red Sox batting here in the bottom of the fourth inning. There's been a good pitcher's duel to this point. Irvin Santana, Josh Beckett. Chop foul outside of first. Santana's won 4 of his last 5 starts, beating Texas in back-to-back outings. He lost to the Orioles and then beat Kansas City and Toronto in each of his last 2 outings. Each ball on the field briefly. In the air to deep right for Big Papi. That is back. That is gone. Into the bleachers beyond the bullpen. Big Papi hits home run number 27 of the year and puts the Red Sox on top 1-0.
Santana desperately wanted to throw a changeup to David Ortiz, and that was a mistake. The changeup stays up in the zone, and Ortiz hits number 27.
Four home runs in 8 games against the Angels this year for David Ortiz, who puts the Red Sox on top here in the fourth inning. Victor Martinez stands in and takes ball 1. During the 2010 Red Sox season, Hess and Hess Express will donate $500 to the Pediatric Trauma Program at Children's Hospital Boston for every home run hit by the Red Sox. Hess and Hess Express committed to helping the cause. And so far, 83,000 is pitching there for a strike. The Red Sox, who have really powered up since the All-Star break, especially. You think about all the home runs Toronto has. We've talked about the Blue Jays, a far and away leader in the majors in home runs. But Boston is actually tied with Toronto for most home runs in the major leagues since the break. And since the break, Jose Bautista leads the majors with 13 home runs, but then you get Adrian Beltre with 10 since the break. Bill Hall's got 9 since the break, and David Ortiz now with 9 since the break. This is driven out to center field, sending Borges back to make the catch for the second out of the 4th inning. And the no-nonsense decision of the series is brought to you by SBLI. Tuesday night, Terry Francona had an easy decision for once to insert Dustin Pedroia into the lineup after a 45-game absence. Pedroia scored the game's first run and made all the plays at second base, including a double play in the second inning. Protecting your family's future with affordable, dependable life insurance from SBLI is the smartest and easiest decision you'll ever make. And if you were just joining us tonight, Terry Francona had to make another decision, and that was to place Dustin Pedroia on the bench tonight. He could not go, a sore foot again, as he was sore after running the bases in last night's game. Was in the original starting lineup tonight, but pulled just before the game. Jed Lowry getting the start at second now. It was really kind of precautionary too, and they're hopeful to have him back tomorrow night, but never good when an injury is sore once again.
Two guys sitting next to each other, Pedroia and Varitek, both are walking around with boots on for a number of weeks. Traveling with the team, doing their workouts.
This one was tap foul, came back up and hit Beltre again.
Ouch. Those are tough replays to do.
I was going to compliment you on your commentary.
They're really hard to do, you know. You could go like, ouch, you know, something like that. Or,
I thought your expression was very good. I thought it covered it. Full count to Adrian Beltre. 2 outs here in the 4th inning. David Ortiz is homered, and the Red Sox have a lead again against the Angels on top 1-0. Rolling away, ball 4. Beltre walks for the second time tonight against Santana. 3rd walk allowed by Santana. Comes with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Here comes J.D. Drew, who grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in the 2nd inning. 0 for 1. Down and in for ball 1. Center fielder Peter Borges over towards right center. Drew to pull. And deep in right is Torrey Hunter. Down and in, 2-0. And Jeff Mathis will visit Irvin Santana. Mike Butcher, the pitching coach for the Angels. As a staff, 10th in the American League in earned run average at 4.36. Santana's 2-0. He is in there for strike 1, 2-1. Angels 10th in pitching, 10th in batting average, shooting a .257 as a team. And they are 9th in club fielding. Hunter takes off. Drew hits one to right. Torrey Hunter moves over and makes the catch on the sinking liner that ends the inning. Home run for David Ortiz as the Red Sox on top 1-0. On Nesson is brought to you in part by Eastern Bank, the official bank of the Red Sox television network. Eastern Bank, the best team in banking. Top of the 5th inning, 1-0. Red Sox on top thanks to a solo home run by David Ortiz. There's the bottom third for the Angels coming up. And Eric Ibar, Jeff Mathis, Peter Borges. Ibar with a bunt bit, fouls it back. And Beltre's attention at third base was already in on the grass at third.
It looked like, though, that Ibar was trying to drag that ball to first or second base. Got a pitch away, and he did not get the barrel of the bat out in front of the baseball, and the result, the foul ball.
Chopped off the plate. Beckett will field and throw quickly. Wow, he throws a bullet to first base. Needed to because it was in the air a long time.
Yeah, it was either going to be he or it was going to be Adrian Beltre to make that play, and Josh takes it himself. Right off home plate. Just waiting for it to come down, and then there's that 94 over to first base to get the out.
Now one down here in the 5th inning. And Jeff Mathis coming up, flied out to left field in the 2nd inning. Not a fly ball, 5 fly ball outs through 4 1/3 innings so far. 1 out in the 5th, and only 2 hits given up by Beckett. A single for Kendrick, a single for Hunter, a walk for Callaspo. That was ripped foul right in front of the screen in the Angels dugout. Oh-2. Mathis went around. He strikes out. He gets away from Martinez briefly. Clears the runner and fires down to first base for the out. 4th strikeout for Josh Beckett. 2 down.
Back to the curveball for Beckett this time. Nice block by Martinez as he has to chase it down and make the play over at first base. Plenty of time to get Mathis.
So 2 down here in the 5th. 4 in a row retired by Beckett. Peter Borges coming up. Borges grounded out to first in the first. He is now 5 for 42. So he's joining the Angels, called up from AAA Salt Lake. He has been starting in center field each of the 13 games since being called up on August the 3rd.
He can run a little bit. Watching him go down that first base line, looks like he has pretty good speed.
He's 0 for his last 15, 4 for his last 27. As he chops one right side, Lowry over to play it. A step on the outfield grass throws him out. The 7-pitch 1-2-3 fifth for Beckett, a 1-0 Red Sox lead. To you in part by Eastern Bank. For each Red Sox win this month, the Eastern Bank Charitable Foundation will donate $500 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Lynn and Greater Salem. It's been a very nice night at Fenway Park. Light breeze as Mike Lowell stands in on the right side. Irvin Santana starts the 5th. And this is high for ball 1. Lowell grounded back to the mound in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Red Sox with a lead, 1-0. But like the Angels, the Red Sox have only 2 hits. A single from Marco Scudero in the bottom of the 1st inning. And more recently, David Ortiz with a home run. Breaking ball missing inside. And another one Santana wanted. Wants to know where it was and doesn't agree.
Take a look in the Amica pit zone and let's see. Looks like it does get the inside corner. He's had a couple of those tonight.
On the ground sharply to second, picked by his Turris, who gathers himself and throws out Mike Lowell. The first out of the 5th inning. This week, Heidi puts the usual lineup aside to focus on this year's WEEI NESN Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. Catch all the highlights Sunday at noon on the Ultimate Red Sox Show, presented by Arbella Insurance. One out in the 5th inning. Ryan Kalish coming up. He grounded out to first base in the 3rd inning. .66 pitches for Irvin Santana. One out in the 5th. Yeah, it's strike one to Ryan Kalish. Irvin Santana has had 1-2-3 inning. That was the 3rd inning. This is back up the middle, but there is his Turris to throw to first. Nice rangy play. On the bag at second, and he's had assists on each of the first 2 outs of the 5th. I want to remind you to visit the official online shop of the Boston Red Sox at redsox.com. Get your gear from the official source, the redsox.com shop, except no substitutes. Well, 2 down here in the 5th inning. Daniel Nava grounded out to first base in the 3rd inning. Six ground ball outs for Irvin Santana. His 70th pitch is up and away. For strike 2 and 1. Up the middle again, and again his Turris is there. Assists on all 3 outs. Some good rangy plays from his Turris. Sox are gone through 5. 1-0 Boston. The top half of the 6th inning, it is 1-0. Red Sox on top. We're happy to have you with us Jane Wyant, who was a patient at the Jimmy Fund Clinic and joins us here tonight. Jane, great to meet you. And,
nice to meet you.
Welcome here to the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon. Tell us a little bit about your experience.
I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2003, July 2003, and I had surgery, chemo, radiation, and tamoxifen for 5 years.
So tell us a little bit about the clinic and how it was for you.
Dana-Farber is a very special place. It's almost, you almost can't describe it. Everybody there treats you like gold, basically. And everybody, people who work in the parking garage, everybody you encounter there, the doctors, the nurses, everybody's great.
Well, you know firsthand what the donations from the fans out there can do. And tell us a little bit about that and certainly the efforts that the fans have made in the past also.
Right, it's very important. They need the money to do the research. In fact, I was part of a clinical trial when I was going through it, and now that's a standard practice what I did. So it's very important, as much money as I can get.
And that pays for all of that kind of stuff.
Right.
All the experimental stuff. And you went through chemo and radiation too, correct?
Yes, I did. It was fun.
8 years worth of treatment there, correct?
No,
Not that long.
No, I finished up in 2004, my treatments.
This one is chopped to first base, and Lowell will flip to Beckett for the out as they retire Abreu.
How about the family, the effect on the family that this has, and how they were taken care of by the folks over there?
Well, it's kind of an interesting story in that my husband was diagnosed 5 months before I was with kidney cancer.
Wow.
He was January 2003, and I was July 2003.
Wow.
So we had quite a year, plus the Red Sox in 2003.
Right, that was a tough year all the way
Yeah,
around.
that was right in the middle of my chemo when Aaron Boone got that home run.
Well, it had to be very difficult, too. Your children are here as well. Your family is here with us.
Yes, they were 9 and 6 at the time.
Wow.
So it was, tough on them, too.
Well, as Jerry mentioned, the families are so affected during that time, but it appears the clinic does a great job of involving them as well and taking care of them.
Yeah,
trying to take care of everybody.
Yeah, they're great.
Well, we hope you will take care of the Jimmy Fund tonight and tomorrow night if you can. 877-738-1234.
For someone who's been through cancer like you have, it has to be special to see this tonight and tomorrow night, people raising money, sending in donations, and trying to get $5 million.
Yeah.
It's pretty special.
Yeah, we've been here all day. We've had a blast. We've been everywhere in the park, and it's nice to see how much money they're raising.
Yeah.
And it seems like it is growing as well. We were talking to the director of the Jimmy Fund earlier, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and all those donations go in that direction. Extremely important for the continued research. So we hope someday we don't have to do this.
I know. That would be nice.
We're getting closer and closer. And we thank you for sharing with us. And,
thank you. This is great being up here.
We hope that people will donate on your behalf what you and your husband have both been through and all the stories we've heard today. And thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
Great
Thank
to
you
meet
very much. Nice meeting you.
Thank you.
Nice meeting you.
And tonight on the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon from Fenway Park, 877-738-1234. Jane Wyant, kind enough to come on and tell us her story here with her family. One out here in the 6th inning is Meiser's Turris. Waits on a 2-2. And that one hit him. Or did it? Seemed to as it jumped back out of the way. And he's still standing there, full count, 3-2.
I think he did some fancy footwork right here to get out of the way of this pitch by Josh Beckett. He pretty much jumps right over it.
The 3-2 pitch. It is on the ground by the dive of Lowell down the right field line. It is hit by a fan, or it appeared to be. Indication not so by Cuzzy, as into second base goes his Turris with a double anyway. So a one-out double for Meiser's Turris, and it's the first extra base hit for the Angels.
Yeah, right down that first base line. Mike Lowell, of course, off the bag, and his Turris rolling those wrists over and getting it past the dive of Lowell. Ball slows up as it hits that wall, and by the time JD's able to get down there, it's a double for his Turris. So he's in scoring position with the one out.
One down is Turris at second base, and Alberto Callaspo coming up. Walked in the first inning, grounded out in the 4th. outside for ball one. First time an Angel has been to second base in this game. In there for strike one, 1-1. Ryu grounds out to first base. The double by his Turris, and now Callaspo with a count of 1-1.
Only 5 hits total so far in this game. 3 by the Angels, 2 by the Red Sox.
Inside, ball 2, 2-1. On deck is Torrey Hunter. Callaspo batting third, Hunter fourth, as Beckett dealing in the middle of this Angels order as they threaten here for the first time tonight in the 6th inning. Ball 3, 3-1. Fourth 3-ball count of the night for Beckett. He was walked only one. That came back in the first inning. And it was Callaspo who walked in the first. Fly ball headed out towards left center field and deep back towards the wall and off the scoreboard. Here's Turris coming around from second base. He will score as the throw goes to second. And the Angels tie the score 1-1. An RBI wall ball double for Alberto Callaspo. He's had a very good series, and it's a 1-1 game.
He has. He's had a very nice series here against the Red Sox. He takes that fastball away from Josh Beckett and plants it off the scoreboard out there in left field. Nice job by Nava backing this play up. It gets by Kalish. Nava's there, but it's going to be a double. So back-to-back doubles here in the 6th inning, and the ball game is tied up at 1.
He's got a 5-game hitting streak with that double, and the game is tied. Callaspo at second base, and John Farrell out there to talk to Beckett. Torrey Hunter coming up. While we have a moment, it is time now for tonight's AT&T trivia question. Who is the only current member of the Angels to have a hit off Josh Beckett in the 2007 ALDS? Much different result in that series for the Red Sox against the Angels than the results of the 2009 American League Division Series. One out, Callaspo at second base, and here's Torrey Hunter. He is struck out and single, 1 for 2. On the ground, hard to third, off Beltre's glove, and everybody's going to be safe. Kicked off the glove, then the bare hand, and in foul ground, and by the time he could collect himself, no chance to get Hunter at first as Callaspo takes third.
By knocking it down, at least he saves a run from second base. That ball bouncing up and back into the glove. You see it come out and bounce off the heel of the glove of Adrian Beltre. Sometimes you get the glove in the right position, but you get the bad bounce, and that's what happened that time to Beltre.
First and third with one out. One in here for the Angels, and the infield in for the Red Sox with Hideki Matsui coming up. Matsui is flied out to left and struck out swinging. He's 0 for 2 against Beckett tonight. Matsui drives one to deep right field. Back goes Drew towards the bullpen, and that ball is gone. into the pen. A 3-run home run for Hideki Matsui. His 16th home run of the year, and just like that, the Angels take a 4-1 lead. It has been a 4-run 6th inning so far for Los Angeles.
And that ball is exactly where Matsui likes it, too, down and in. You see the fastball here from Josh Beckett. It was supposed to be away. It stays down and inside and right into the wheelhouse for Hideki Matsui.
9th career home run here at Fenway Park for Matsui. Most of those coming in a Yankees uniform. And 35 RBIs here at Fenway for him, but a 4-1 lead for the Angels. Kendrick takes ball 1. Well, this has happened fast, and Scott Atchison starting to warm in the pen. With 1 out, his Asturias had a double, then Callaspo doubled in the run. The infield hit for Hunter, then the 3-run home run by Matsui. And it is a 4-1 lead now for the Angels. Look at the way that Beckett pitched through the first 5. You really didn't see this coming. 2-0 pitch is fouled off.
So the home run again. Look where Victor Martinez is set up and where he wants the ball away. Instead, this ball stays down and in. And Matsui did not miss the mistake there by Josh Beckett.
Still just 1 out in the inning. This is to right field down the line, falling fast and falling foul. The pitching line is brought to you by Ace Ticket. Beckett 5 1/3, 6 hits, now 4 runs, a walk, and 4 Ks. He's 6 pitches deep into his outing. Swing and a miss. On a breaking ball, he gets Kendrick for the 2nd out of the inning. Needed that, and it's 5 strikeouts now for Beckett, 2 down.
Last 2 strikeouts for Beckett have been in his curveball. The curveball that time out of the strike zone, but Kendrick chases it.
So 2 down. Eric Ibar, the batter. He's 0 for 2. Slide out to left and grounded back to the mound. And strike 1. Breaking ball, it slips out of the hand that time of Beckett. He's about to throw his 90th pitch with 2 outs here in the 6th inning. And that just misses. Jeff Mathis waiting on deck. The Angels have had 7 men bat here so far in the 6th inning and have scored 4 times. 3-1. Beckett has not won a game this year in which he's allowed 4 or more runs. There for strike 2, full count. Hideki Matsui has hit a 3-run home run in this inning. 3-2 is a ground ball to third. Beltre plays the hop that comes right up and throws across to end the inning. Matsui's home run, a 4-run inning for the Angels, who lead it 4-1. Revolutionary waterborne stain that outperforms the best oil-based stains on the market. Find Arbor Coat at your local Benjamin Moore retailer. And the complexion of this one has changed in a hurry as the Angels put a 4th spot on the board in the top half of the 6th inning. They had a 3-run lead last night, and the Red Sox were able to rally back and go to work here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Trying to do the same tonight. It's Irvin Santana that they get to do it against. Marco Scutaro 1 for 2. That's one of only 2 hits off Santana tonight. And there for a strike, and it's 1-1. Scutaro's hit in the first, a single, as Jed Lowry waits on deck. A 17-minute wait for Irvin Santana. Well, his team scored 4 times in the top half of the inning. Scutaro to short right. Hunter is there, and he makes the catch for the first out of the inning. It's time for a game break, and Catherine Tappan. Catherine? Thanks, Catherine. Here it is 4-1. The Angels have the lead with 1 out in the 6th inning. And Jed Lowry jumping back out of the way of a pitch inside. Lowry has flied out twice to Bobby Abreu out there in left field. Chops one to short this time. Ibar has got it on a couple of hops. And Lowry is the 2nd out of the inning.
Tomorrow night after Friday Night Fenway, it's Olympia Sports presents the Boston Globe Red Sox Game Day live with Catherine Tappan, Peter Gammons, and Jim Rice. It's day 2 of the Jimmy Fund Telethon, and we'll have it all covered. That and much more tomorrow night at 6 only on NESN.
2 down here in the 6th inning for David Ortiz, who has been aboard twice, walked in the 1st inning, and a solo home run in the 4th inning into the pen. Shift on for the Angels as Ortiz takes ball 1 away. And short right there, second baseman Meiser is Turris. Victor Martinez on deck. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that just misses.
The Amica Pitch Zone is brought to you by Amica Insurance. Amica Insurance is not just how you covered, it's how you treated. In his last at bat, David Ortiz gets a changeup and drives it up over the bullpen for his 27th home run of the season.
Ball 4 and a 4-pitch walk to Big Papi. The 4th walk given up by Santana. Has only 1 strikeout. And 2 down in the inning. Red Sox have a runner at first, and Victor Martinez coming up. The pitcher is going to make a visit. Santana not happy with a few pitches all night tonight from home plate umpire Jerry Crawford.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. You see a couple at the bottom of the strike zone. That wasn't even close. I think it was the one before, number 3, that he was upset about.
And now Crawford out to break up the meeting, and Irvin Santana with a smile on his face.
Seems to be very polite.
I think he handled it quite well.
Here's the 3rd pitch of the at-bat that I think Santana wanted for a strike. This was on a 2-0 count.
His pitching line is brought to you by your Boston area Lexus dealers. 5 2/3, just the 1 run. The home run by David Ortiz in the 4th inning. 4 walks, 1 strikeout. Red Sox have not been able to make him pay for those walks yet. Victor Martinez bats for the 3rd time tonight as he takes ball 1. Victor has flied out on 2 occasions to the center fielder, Peter Borges. Martinez grounds it through the first baseman, Howie Kendrick. Right through the wickets and into right field. Ortiz heads for third. And the Red Sox have something going. The miscue at first right through Kendrick.
Kendrick will pick up his 9th error of the season on this ground ball. This should have been the final out of the inning. Instead, right through the 5-hole, and Ortiz goes on to third base. Case of pulling the glove up too soon. He had his knees down, but the glove was not down.
First and third, 2 down. And Adrian Beltre represents the tying run as he stands in. Beltre has walked twice. Santana's been very careful in dealing with Beltre and Ortiz. They each have 2 walks. No, strike 1. Beltre didn't think so. He thought it was on the high side. High strike.
Being polite to umpires may help you.
0-1 is a pop-up. Out goes the shortstop Ibar. In comes Abreu, and Abreu makes the catch. A stagger step at the end. Red Sox strand a pair. Through 6, it's 4-1 Los Angeles. FW Webb Showrooms, Frank Webb's Bath Centers for friendly experience guidance. Find your showroom at frankwebb.com. Let's check on this Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon tote board, and it is $925,462 at the moment. I hope that you'll be able to help with your gift tonight by calling 877-738-1234. Of course, the goal is $5 million, so long way to go here tonight and tomorrow. As Jeff Mathis stands in, and a swing and a miss. Strike 1 for breaking ball for Josh Beckett. There's his 95th pitch. Mathis, Borges, and Abreu to bat in the 7th inning. There is action in the Sox pen, as Manny Del Carmen is that action. Saw Scott Atchison up in the pen last inning. Beckett running into trouble and allowing 4 runs. Curveball missing, 2-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2.
That was the cut fastball again right there from Josh Beckett, keeping it away from Mathis. Has been a steady diet of breaking balls, and this cutter right here on this at bat.
Strike 3. 6th strikeout for Beckett, 1 down in the 7th inning.
That time the straight fastball, four-seam fastball from Beckett to pick up the strikeout. Every pitch but one away from Mathis in that at bat.
Well, Beckett was 6 strikeouts in the game tonight. His season high is 8. And 3 times, but 6 Ks tonight. 1 out of the 7th. Borges with a bunt bid. Beckett will race after it and try to tag him. Doesn't get him. And safe at first is Borges. Beckett tried to sell it. Phil Cuzzy was not buying it.
Now Beckett thought that when he got that bunt heading toward the runner that he'd be able to tag him, but no, there was no tag here. He missed him, and Borges picks up the bunt base hit. Helped Beckett even be that close. The fact that Borges was on the grass basically running down that first base line, and it wouldn't have even been that close.
So 6 hits now for the Angels. Without hitting the Red Sox 6-2, 1 out, 1 on. Bobby Abreu is 0 for 3. He has struck out, grounded out twice to the first baseman Mike Lowell.
Couple of steals for Borges since being called up. He's been caught 1 time.
Outside, ball 1. Beckett in an even 100 pitches in his outing. 1 out here in the 7th inning. Borges at first base. Fouls it off, 1-1. Dunkin' Donuts is in its 11th year of hosting local youth groups and charitable organizations in the Dunkin' Dugout. Special seating section here at Fenway Park. Thousands of children have had the chance to see a Red Sox home game thanks to Dunkin' Donuts. And as always, we thank Dunkin' Donuts for dropping off refreshments in the booth tonight. 1 out, Borges at first base. Count of 1-1 to Bobby Abreu. Ball 2, 2-1. Bobby Abreu's been hot in the month of August. Leading off now for the Angels as part of this new look lineup that they've had. Having got safely is Borges. 2-1 the count to Abreu.
Now 2-1, certainly a good count to run on. Unlikely to see a pitch out in that count. And Beckett making the throw over to first base.
Up high, ball 3. Series Turris on deck, 1 out in the 7th. Runner goes, and it's ball 4. Abreu walks with 1 out in the inning. It is the first walk of the night given up by Josh Beckett. And here comes Terry Francona. So Beckett's night will end at 105 pitches. Will depart responsible for 2 men on in the 7th. Manny Del Carmen will be on. The pitching change from Fenway with the Angels on top 4-1. Just like the Red Sox are the local hometown favorite baseball team, Dunkin' Donuts is the hometown favorite for coffee. Dunkin' Donuts would like to recognize the hometown favorite fan of the game, going above and beyond, just like Dunkin', with 60 years of coffee greatness. Dunkin' Donuts is #1 for iced coffee. Josh Beckett departs after 6 1/3 innings, responsible for the 2 men on, and trailing in this game 4-1. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by New England Ford dealers. And Manny Del Carmen into the game. His 46th appearance, 3-2 record, 4.50 earned run average. And opponents hitting at 201 against Del Carmen. Nicer is Turris bats with runners at first and second as Del Carmen spirals off the backside but does not throw. Peter Borges at second base. Bobby Abreu at first base. 1 down. And it's ball 1.
Good speed at both bases out there. Borges at second base. Abreu at first base.
Fourth appearance of the year for Del Carmen against the Angels. And it's inside 2-0. Well, Carmen gave up a 3-run home run to the first batter that he faced in Texas on Sunday. Snapped a stretch of 8 straight scoreless outings, 6 innings. And gone without giving up a run. The home run was the 6th that he's allowed this season, setting a new career high. He had given up 5 back in 2008. His 2-0 pitch is outside high, 3-0. Manny Del Carmen moving into 3rd in the club's all-time list. He had been tied with Dick Raditz for 4th on the club's all-time list with 286 career relief appearances. There's a strike, 3-1. Is ball 4, and this will load the bases for the Angels here in the 7th inning. Let's check in with your Need to Know with Ness and Daly, presented by Sun Life Financial. Here's Jade McCarthy. Okay, Jade, thanks a lot. We look forward to Ness and Daly tonight as the Red Sox here trailing by 3 runs. And the Angels threatening here with the bases loaded to add on to that lead. The Red Sox have Scott Atchison up again. Here's Alberto Callaspo, who takes strike 1. Callaspo walked against Beckett in the 1st inning, grounded out in the 4th, and then doubled to drive in a run in the 6th. Double tied the game at the time. Angels with Borges at 3rd base, Abreu at 2nd base, as Turris at 1st. Callaspo 3 for 14 in this category this season with a couple of doubles, but a 278 hitter overall. Carmen working very deliberately. There's a ground ball softly hit towards 3rd. Beltre will go to 1st base for the out. As a run scores from 3rd in Borges, and the Angels take a 5-1 lead. Ground out for Callaspo, picks up his 2nd RBI of the game.
It's really the only option Adrian Beltre had right there was to go to 1st base. Could not go home. And does get the out, but the Angels pick up another run and still have 2 men in scoring position.
So 2 down, and it brings up Torrey Hunter. Hunter 2 for 3, struck out in the 1st inning, singled in the 4th, and an infield hit in the 6th inning. So a 2 for 3 night for Torrey Hunter. The run incidentally charged to Beckett, who is still responsible for Bobby Abreu, who's at 3rd base. As a pitch inside to Hunter.
Fastball up and in on Torrey Hunter with a couple of men in scoring position.
Inside ball 2, 2-0. Angels have the right guy up in this situation. Runners at second and third, 2 down. Swing and a miss, 2-1.
Torrey Hunter all geared up for the fastball on that 2-0 count, but he didn't get it. He got the changeup from Del Carmen down and away. Del Carmen has the ability to throw that changeup in any time in a pitch count.
In again, 3-1. First base open. Hideki Matsui waiting on deck. Matsui's big 3-run home run in the 6th inning off Josh Beckett gave the Angels a 3-run advantage at the time. They've added another run. All the runs charged to Beckett so far. Very high, ball 4, and down to first goes Hunter. Second walk of 3 batters for Manny Del Carmen. So 12 pitches, 8 for balls. And John Farrell headed out. What's red, white, and winningly delicious? Lobster at Uno. Now for a limited time, choose from an incredible lobster dishes. Everything from lobster rolls to lobster mac and cheese. It's only at Uno. Way deeper than pizza. Two down here in the 7th inning. A run scored here for the Angels to add to their lead on top 5-1. And Hideki Matsui hit that 3-run home run in the 6th inning. That's here against Manny Del Carmen. Matsui against Del Carmen, just 1 for 6 in his career. As he takes ball 1 away. Beckett still responsible for Abreu at third base. There's Turris at second. Torrey Hunter at first with 2 down here in the 7th.
Matsui with a big home run back in the 6th inning, a 3-run shot. And a fastball that was down and in from Josh Beckett. That was in a 4-run 6th inning for the Angels.
And Matsui 2 for 6 in this category this year, has 1 grand slam. Bases loaded for the Angels, 2 outs here in the 7th inning. And a strike over the outside corner. Matsui didn't think so. 2-1.
So far, everything away from Matsui in this at bat.
That is away also, and it's 3-1. No place to put him. Bases filled with Angels, and behind again is Del Carmen, who's already walked 2 of the first 3 batters he's faced since coming into this game. There's Howie Kendrick waiting on deck. There's a strike, full count. Cheer from the crowd at Fenway. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Everybody on the move here. Bases filled with Angels. Angels already on top by 4 runs. Ball 4. Del Carmen's third walk brings in the 6th Angels run of the night. The run is charged to Beckett, whose book is now closed. 6 1/3, 7 hits. And his charge was 6 runs. 2 walks, 6 Ks, and 105 pitches. Terry Francona to the mound with the Angels on top now, 6-1. And Scott Atchison coming in. Start your weekend early with Catherine, Jim, and Peter on Friday Night Fenway, presented by the locally owned Halfway Cafe. And one of their 7 locations for Dollar Dogs at the bar during every Red Sox game. It's been a tough top of the 7th inning so far for Boston. Scott Atchison becomes the 3rd pitcher used by the Red Sox in this 7th inning. Atchison's 27th appearance, 2-1 record with a 3.98 ERA out of the pen. Opponent sitting at .233 against him. Bases loaded as Kendrick fouls it off to the right, and it's 0-2. More action as Tim Wakefield is up in the pen. Kendrick almost gets hit as he straightens up in an 0-2 pitch inside, 1-2. And Manny Del Carmen, 3rd of an inning, walked 3 batters, allowed 2 inherited runners to score. So Beckett charged with 6 runs in 6 1/3 innings tonight, and on the hook. The Angels on top, 6-1. 1-2 pitches outside, 2-2. This has not been a good category for Howie Kendrick. A 143 hitter. Bases filled with Angels, 2 outs in the inning. Ground ball softly hit. Beltre will let it go by. Scudero's throw is not in time, and a run scores. The Angels take the 7-1 lead. Scudero trying to get rid of it as quickly as he could, but Kendrick beats it out.
There was no other place to go with that ground ball than first base. They had no chance for a force play at second base. See, Beltre's playing deep. He starts off to his left and he lets it go by. And once it gets by, Scudero really has to hustle and get it to first base, but not in time. I wonder if the runner interfered a little bit with Beltre. It looked like Beltre was going to try to cut that off. but the runner cut right in front of him. Then you see the runner going around Adrian Belcher, and I wonder if that slowed him up a little bit.
Strike one to Eric Ibar, ninth batter for the Angels here in the 7th inning. John Farrell on the phone to check on Tim Wakefield in the pen. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Ibar has flied out and grounded out on 2 occasions. Swing and a miss. Satchison strikes out Ibar with damage done. Angels had 3 runs and lead at 7-1.
Live with Catherine Tappan and Peter Gammons. They'll bring you a breakdown of Josh Beckett's outing, as well as a post-game reaction from Beckett and Terry Francona. That and much more after the game on WB Mason Extra Innings Live.
It looks like they're going to do some work on the mound here. Irvin Santana was warming up. Mike Scioscia came out. And something to do with the landing spot is what Scioscia is concerned about, or Irvin Santana. So the crew chief, Jerry Crawford, the home plate umpire out there, requesting grounds crew assistance. Well, Santana gets ready. We'll check out the league leaders. They're brought to you by Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer, the New England Sports Network. And updated numbers. We told you that quite a few flyouts. 7 tonight in the game, induced by Santana. 208 flyouts to lead the league in that category. As they go to work on the mound, actually by the rubber is where they're working on. Looked like the landing spot is where Scioscia was pointing to. Well, the Angels have opened up things here as they get 4 runs in the 6th inning, 3 runs in the 7th. Well, we have a moment. It's time now to look ahead of the road ahead, brought to you by Safeco Insurance. Tomorrow, the Red Sox welcome the Toronto Blue Jays to town. In Game 1, it'll be John Lester from Boston. Lester is 2-0 with Toronto this season with an ERA of 1.38. Toronto batters hitting at just 116 against Lester and have struck out 17 times in Lester's 13 innings of work. So as we get ready for the 7th inning, and so you look back at Beckett's outing tonight, 6 1/3. He ends up being charged with 6 runs, but really looked pretty good through the first 5 innings.
He really did, Don. It looked like he had very good stuff in this ball game tonight, and then he got in a little bit of a trouble in the 6th, and then that mislocation, the mislocated pitch on Matsui is what really hurt him. They wanted a fastball away. The fastball ended up down and in, and of course Matsui hitting the home run. But prior to that, Beckett had tremendous stuff in this game, I thought. Take one more look at the home run by Hideki Matsui. You'll see that Victor Martinez wanted the ball away. They were trying to go away, but the ball stays inside, and Matsui takes that ball out for the home run.
Again, we hope you will send in a donation tonight, a gift at 877-738-1234. The Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon here from Fenway Park, night 1 of 2 nights. As we head to the last half of the 7th inning, Red Sox have their work cut out for them, down 7-1.
Now, the Red Sox only have 2 hits in this ballgame.
Drew lifts a fly ball to center field. Peter Borges is out there in center. And he makes the catch, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Another one of those fly ball outs we highlighted with Santana. Time now for Coors Light Freeze Cam, and it's the defense of Mike Lowell at first base tonight against Bobby Abreu early in the ball game. Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer.
One out here in the 7th inning as Mike Lowell stands in 0 for 2. Pops it up right side. As Kendrick coming in and puts it away. Red Sox in need of base runners, and first 2 batters of the inning swinging at the first pitch. 2 down here in the 7th.
I mentioned the two hits in the ball game. Scooter with the leadoff single back in the 1st inning, and the David Ortiz home run, and that's it.
David Santana looking for his first win here at Fenway Park. He's 0-2 in 5 previous starts here at Fenway. And has a 7-1 lead. About to throw his 90th pitch. 2 outs in the 7th. And it's strike 1 to Ryan Kalish. Kalish grounded out in the 3rd and then again in the 5th. Broken back grounder up the middle. Ibar to his left, and he misplays it. They're in charge to the shortstop, Eric Ibar, with 2 outs.
A couple of errors in the game tonight for the Angels. Howie Kendrick with 1 at first base, and on the transfer right there, the ball just comes right out of the hand of Eric Ibar. He got it in the glove, and then when he goes to get it out of the glove, it just takes off on him.
Well, the air charge to Ibar.
Number 15 on the season for Ibar, shortstop.
It's not been a great year defensively for the Angels. 2 down here in the 7th inning. Kalish at first base. Nava the batter. Ground ball right side. Is Turris on to first for the out. The error is not costly. The 6-pitch inning. We played 7-1 Angels. Is brought to you by Xfinity. J.D. Drew with a very nice catch in right field. Diving grab. Some of the defense for the Red Sox, but it's been some of the offense for the Angels that has been damaging. A 3-run home run for Hideki Matsui in the 6th inning, part of a 4-run 6th. The runs charged to Beckett in that inning. Beckett would give up 2 more before departing. As it is a 7-1 lead now for Los Angeles. Tim Wakefield in for his 25th appearance. 3-9 record, some of that in the rotation. As a pop-up on the first pitch. As third baseman Adrian Beltre, and 1 out in the inning. Peter Borges is 1 for 3. Singled in the infield his last time up. Angels sending 9 men to bat in the 7th inning, scoring 3 times in the inning. And enjoying a 7-1 lead as they bat here in the 8th. And they're for strike 1-1. Wakefield working in the 11th inning on Friday night at Texas. Took the loss through 1 pitch. Nelson Cruz homered to get the walk-off win. Lowry with a nice play. The ball was by him as he reaches back to grab it on the outfield grass and throws out Borges 2 down.
Well, you got that right. That ball was by him. Ball hit very well by Borges. And you can see how far that Lowry has to reach to make that play. Spins around the sidearm throw to first base to get the out. He needed all of that glove for that play.
So 2 down here in the 8th. Bobby Abreu coming up. Yankees winning today 11-5 over the Tigers. Wondering about Tampa Bay. They are on the West Coast tonight. They played day game yesterday and then traveled out to the West Coast. Begin a series tonight against the Oakland A's. Scheduled to be Andy Sonnenstein, who's now in the rotation for the Rays. One is a fly ball to center field. Ryan Kalish drifting back. Makes the catch at the base of the track. The 1-2-3-8 for Tim Wakefield, but a 7-1 Angels lead. VSiN is brought to you by Eastern Bank, awarded highest customer satisfaction in retail banking in the New England region by J.D. Power and Associates. 7-1. The Angels are on top of the Red Sox as we head to the last half of the 8th inning. Ervin Santana, 93 pitches as he works here in the 8th. Top of the Red Sox order, Marco Scutaro takes strike one. And Santana has not done it with a strikeout tonight. He's got 1 K, and we got Marco Scutaro back in the 3rd inning. He's walked 4 in the game. The Red Sox have held him to just 2 hits. A single by Scutaro in the 1st inning. And the home run, a solo shot by David Ortiz in the 4th, which at the time gave the Red Sox a 1-0 advantage. Since then, 7 unanswered runs for Los Angeles. This is up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Marco Scutaro's 2nd hit of the night. And the first hit for Boston since the 4th inning.
Now, Scutaro had a base hit on a fastball back in the 1st inning. This time it's the slider that he takes up the middle for the base hit. So a multiple hit game tonight for Marco Scutaro.
His 37th multi-hit game of the year. And some movement in the Angels' pen for the first time tonight. Kevin Chepson grabs the glove. They start warming up as Lowry takes strike one. Judd has flied out twice to left, grounded out to shortstop. Inside 1-1. Now returns on it, fouls it off by the Red Sox dugout. 1-2. Red Sox trying to make it a clean sweep over the Angels, winning the first 9 games of the season series, but trailing 7-1 as they bat here in the 8th inning. That's Ervin Santana, who's looking for his 13th win of the year, 12-8, and has won 4 over the last 5 games he has pitched in. Now he fouls it off. And well out ahead of the last 2 pitches.
Breaking ball, sliders down and in from Santana, and Lowry pulling him foul.
Dustin Pedroia, a little bit of a sore foot tonight, not in the lineup, was in the original lineup, taken out for the game. Lowry fouls off the 1-2. First to Kendrick, down the right field line. The Scutaro heads for 3rd. Hunter digs it out. Throw to 2nd is not in time. And the Red Sox have runners at 2nd and 3rd. Nobody out in the 8th.
That's all you can do now. Take your at-bats, try to get on any way you can, whether it be walk, base hit, in this case a double. Top spin ground ball right down that first base line. Gets by Kendrick in a hurry. And the Red Sox have 2nd and 3rd.
Safe at 2nd, safe and secure, New York Life. Second and 3rd, nobody out in the 8th. Red Sox had 2 hits through the first 7 innings against Ervin Santana. They have 2 hits for the first 2 batters here in the 8th. And David Ortiz, who homered in the 4th inning and has walked twice, stands in. Breaking ball fouled off. 3 tonight. 120 the high for Santana. No outs in the 8th. Ortiz is down 0-2.
Back-to-back sliders to David Ortiz, fouls one off and tries to check his swing on the second one.
Down and in, gets away from Mathis. Everybody will move up as Scutaro will take third. It's not going to be a hit batsman. Gets a piece of him, and Scutaro will have to go back. Dead ball is Ortiz hit by the pitch, and here comes Mike Scioscia. So bases loaded, nobody out when we come back. 7-1 Angels.
Brought to you by Foxwoods.
Santana 7+ so far, just the 1 run, but he departs with the bases loaded. 7-1 Angels on top. Kevin Jepson, who had a tough outing in last night's game, 49th appearance, 2-3 with a 4.39 earned run average. Opponents hitting at 250. Last night he gave up 2 runs in an inning, hitting a batter in a wild pitch. Wild pitch tied it. The hit batter put the Red Sox on top to stay as the first pitch uncorked at 95 miles per hour, up and away.
Yeah, that one almost went to the top of the screen. Nice play there by Mathis to get up and save a run.
For Jepson, against the Red Sox this year, he is 0-2 with a 17.18 earned run average. So an interesting selection here for Mike Scioscia. Bases loaded, nobody out. Martinez pops it up into shallow center. Borges coming in. He will make the catch as Scutaro draws the throw, which is off the mark and then some. But it did not go. And there's 1 down in the inning.
Can't take the chance down 6 runs like this on a shallow fly ball, even though it was an errant throw by Borges in center field. After the game tonight, it's Granite City Electric Red Sox final with Catherine Tappan and Peter Gammons. They'll bring you the latest AL East and wild card updates. Don't miss it after the game, only on Nesson.
After that, Nesson Daily, and then, of course, the Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon continuing. It'll be Heidi Watney and John Carchidi co-hosting as they finish out night one. There was ball one to Adrian Beltre. This is the 22nd at bat with the bases loaded for Adrian Beltre this season. He's 3 for 21 in this category. As he takes strike one, 1-1. Look back for Jerry Crawford. 8 grand slams for Adrian Beltre in his career. Red Sox trying to chip away at a 6-run deficit with the bases loaded in the 8th. Beltre sends it out towards right center field. Borges over to make the catch as Scudero will tag and head for the plate and score the Red Sox second run of the night. Beltre is retired and there's 2 down in the 8th. As Beltre picks up the sacrifice fly and his 84th RBI of the season. Run charge to Santana. Still responsible for the 2 men on, 2 outs. And J.D. Drew coming up. Drew grounded into a double play in the 2nd, lined out to right in the 4th, lined out to center in the 7th. There's strike one. Outside, 1-1. Red Sox have the bases loaded, nobody out. There are 2 outs now. They do get a run in. Mike Lowell waiting on deck. Boston batting in the 8th. Each ball has come out onto the field on the track in center.
Might think we're in Southern California.
Let's check out the tote board. Under $1 million right now, 981,584. One ball, 1 strike to J.D. Drew, 2 outs in the 8th. And a pitch down and in, 2-1. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Snap toward a second and back. There's Jed Lowry at second base. He's not afraid to throw anywhere.
Well, pretty strong throwing arm, especially from his knees. Right over the head of Jepson, who was seen to be surprised by the throw to second base. It's a good thing Lowry wasn't surprised.
Drew with a swing and a miss. Strikes out, 10 things in the 8th. Red Sox get a run. Trail 7-2 at the end of 8. Fans of New England sports, we know you have strong views on everything on and off the field. Tonight at 11, don't miss Nesson Daily, presented by Sun Life Financial, a show for opinionated sports fans. Tim Wakefield had a 1-2-3 eighth inning coming into the game in the 8th. Spicer Turris leads it off in the 9th inning and takes strike 1. Here's Turris walking his last time up as he pops one up down the left field line. Coming in is Nava, who makes the catch for the first out in the 9th inning. Well, Fernando Rodney warming in the pen now for the Angels. I've not really been able to see the combination of Rodney followed by Fuentes at all, with the Angels not winning a lot of these games this year. None of them coming into tonight's action in the season series. The Red Sox and Angels. Of course, the Red Sox 9-0. It's the Angels coming into tonight. Misses, and it's 2-0. Reminder to stay with us after the game for WB Mason's Extra Innings Live. Complete post-game coverage. Coming up after this one as it's lined to third, and Beltre makes the grab for the second out of the 9th. Wakefield has retired all 5 batters he has faced since coming into the game. 2 outs for Torrey Hunter. Hunter struck out in the 1st, singled in the 4th, singled in the 6th, walked in the 7th. One pitch. Knuckleball line by Beltre at third. That one was crushed by him. Back to the track of the wall. Nava back with it quickly into second base. Throw off the mark, and Torrey Hunter into second base with 2 outs here in the 9th.
4th time that Torrey Hunter has been on base tonight. 2 base hits, a walk, and now this ringing double that quickly gets by Adrian Beltre at third base. Look out. Wow. Put the glove out and just hope it ends up in the glove.
So first base runner for the Angels against Wakefield, 2 down in the 9th. And here's Hideki Matsui. Matsui's been a big part of the game tonight. Hit a 3-run home run off Josh Beckett in the 6th inning. Popped up, foul ground. That'll get back onto the screen. Gives us a chance to give you the answer. Tonight's AT&T trivia question: who's the only current member of the Angels to hit off Josh Beckett in the 2007 ALDS? And Howard Kendrick is the answer. Kendrick had one of 4 hits against Beckett in game 1 of the series. Beckett and the Red Sox defeated John Lackey and the Angels 4-0. And of course went on to sweep the series 3-0. Beckett had 8 Ks, throwing a complete game shutout. No 2-pitch in the dirt. Took by Victor Martinez, knocked down by Martinez. Matsui with 4 RBIs, tying the season high. Walk to the bases loaded in the 7th inning to get that 4th RBI for the 3-run home run. A swing and a miss, and Wakefield strikes him out to end the top of the 9th. Then to the bottom of the 9th, 7-2 Angels. Sox Baseball in Nesson is brought to you by your New England Toyota dealers. Olympia Sports, the official sporting goods retailer of the New England Sports Network. Nissan. Sullivan Tire, your local Kia dealers. And by Southwest Airlines. Last half of the ninth inning. Last chance for the Red Sox to trail by 5 runs heading into the ninth. And a new pitcher for the Angels, Fernando Rodney, out of the pen for his 52nd appearance of the year, 4-1 record, 4.15 earned run average. And opponents hitting at 251 against Rodney. He's not worked in the series and leads the pen with his 51 appearances, 21 of 24 in whole chances. Certainly been setting up for Brian Fuentes. Mike Lowell leads it off and takes strike one.
Fernando Rodney, a hot throw of that last fastball at 97 to Mike Lowell.
Lowell hits it back up the middle, diving to knock it down is Turris, but it gets into center. And Lowell's aboard to begin things in the ninth.
Lowell back up the middle, a dive by Mysurus Turris at second base, can knock it down, but that's all he can do with it.
Here's Ryan Kalish, 0 for 3 in the game. Reached on an error last time. As he takes ball one. Daniel Nava waiting on deck. Nobody out here in the ninth. Ball 2-0. Don't forget, after the game, stay with us for Granite City Electric's Red Sox final. It's coming up from our Nesson HD Television Center. Strike one to Kalish, 2-1. Angels have lost the first 9 games of the season series to the Red Sox. 5-run lead here in the ninth tonight. Kalish chops one right side. They go to second with it, and the throw is in time to force out Lowell at second base to get the lead runner. There's Kendrick electing to go in that direction. One down here in the ninth. One out, Kalish at first base, and here's Daniel Nava, who was 0 for 3 in the game. He has grounded out 3 times. And therefore, strike one to Daniel Nava. Nava fouls it off, 0-2.
Play of the game is brought to you by Aspen Dental. Let us help you find your smile. And it's Hideki Matsui's home run off Josh Beckett. Had him open things up for the Angels in a 4-run 6th inning.
Fernando Rodney, who was closing games last year for the Tigers, had 37 saves in his last year in Detroit. And he misses just inside, 1-2. Had 13 saves a year before that for the Tigers in his first year in that capacity, but 37 last year. First year in an Angels uniform. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Daniel Nava. 1 out in the ninth. Nava hits one in the air to deep right field. Torrey Hunter going back onto the track to make the catch for the out. As Kalish gets back to the bag at first, Nava gave it a ride, but Hunter back there to make the grab for the second out of the ninth.
Left the bat, it looked like maybe it had enough, but not quite enough as Torrey Hunter goes back to the warning track to make the play on the long fly ball from Daniel Nava.
Two down for Marco Scudero. He has 2 hits tonight. And both those were off Irvin Santana. Single to center in the first, a single in the 8th. Runner goes at first, and it's ball 1 inside. Kalish takes second base on the defensive indifference. Outside, ball 2, 2-0. Strike 2-1. Tomorrow, John Lester 13-7, matched up against Brett Cecil. Left-hander is 9-6 in game 1 of the 3-game series against the Toronto Blue Jays. Two-one to Scudero. Popped up into shallow right center field. In from center comes Borges. And the Angels break the string of consecutive games for the Red Sox as they have won 9 in a row against the Angels this season, but the Angels win the final game of this series. And a big night for Hideki Matsui and Jerry. Tonight, Josh Beckett had it going for the first 5 innings, but then things changed quickly.
You know, it's interesting, Don, how one mislocated pitch can change, the flow of the game, and that's exactly what happened tonight. Beckett's fastball stayed inside to Matsui. Matsui with a 3-run home run. So the Yankees win on the scoreboard this afternoon, and an ex-Yankee, Matsui, kind of does in the Red Sox here tonight. And Red Sox offensively really couldn't do anything against Santana.
We're back with more from Fenway after this.